Hi, Sparkles, and welcome back to Intuitive Wisdom. This is episode 216, and I'm joined once again by the luminous Christina for our monthly energy check-in and December insights. Christina and I talk about taking care of ourselves in the darkness of winter, taking time to integrate and energetically absorb the positive shifts, and how to create warmth and connection even when everything around us feels slower and quieter. We share our favorite moments and experiences from November, what surprised us, what supported us, and where we each want to get into a better flow in December, especially around leaning into what's already working well instead of pushing against what isn't. And make sure, of course, to stay to the end because Christina pulls a card that is so spot on for this month. Truly, you don't want to miss it. It wrapped the episode up in the most beautiful way. So, for clarity and everything else, here we go, Sparkles. Welcome to Intuitive Wisdom, a space where insight meets energy and intuition leads the way. I'm K. Margaret Solorio, author, Angel Reiki Master, biotech graduate, and a guide for those seeking alignment in their home and life. Whether you're navigating change, clearing emotional clutter, or simply craving clarity, Intuitive Wisdom invites you to slow down, tune in, and rise into your authentic self. New episodes weekly. Come home to your own knowing. All right, Sparkles, quick announcements before we get to the episode. First up, this month, for the month of December, I am partnering with Bloom. My favorite astrologer, Anka, has a new program. It's called Bloom. Go to deliciousease.com/Bloom, Bloom, to check it out. And if you sign up, there is a $210 home frequency reset gift voucher as a bonus. So definitely check out the program she has created. It's amazing, and I've had 2 sessions with her as an astrologer and blown me away each time. And have you taken my free quiz yet? It's called Is Your Home Supporting Your Expansion? It only takes a few minutes, and you get some clear insight into how your space may be shaping your energy and where you can start to shift things. You can find that at deliciousease.com/quiz. And if your space feels heavy or stuck, or maybe just a little off, my home frequency reset is a remote, intuitive, energetic refresh designed to bring your home back into harmony with you. It's perfect if you're craving a fresh start or deeper alignment with your vision. You can find that also on my website at deliciousease.com/services. And my book, Make Ease Your Vibe, is available on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle versions. It's packed with practical strategies for shifting your energy, your mindset, and your time strategies, so time management. Plus, you get access to exclusive chapter bonuses. When you make your purchase, you can head over to the website and click book and enter your information and get instant access to all of those bonuses. And last but not least, we have opened up listener support. We are growing, and we could use your support to help the Intuitive Wisdom podcast grow, and you can do that now by donating and becoming an active supporter. If you click the link in the show notes, I can't wait to hear from you, and we're sending out shout outs and blessings to our supporters, our sponsors. So, all right, let's get to the episode with Christina. Christina, hello again. Happy December. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing well too. I just love that we pause to take this time together because it makes it's like accountability, right? It makes you stop and pause and go, oh, how do I feel about the month? I think it was less chaotic than October. It was definitely just as full. You encouraged me to have my feeling be the response. So stuff comes up just to honor that and respond, which I think brought me a lot more into the present moment, which I appreciated. And it's kind of led me for the next month to think about like valuing connection. I think, again, I'm still in this phase of I've learned a lot, I've shifted a lot, mindset, energy, everything, but then taking all those learnings and putting them into practice, going from knowledge to wisdom. So I value connection, but I think when you're making the little decisions day to day, I keep getting reminded of like, oh, well, if this is something you value, why
What
don't
are
you
you
quit and
doing
go
about it?
do that?
So when you talk about value and connection, what does that mean to you? What does connection mean and what are you looking for?
That's a really good question. It's a very broad word, isn't it? I think it's quality time spent and the trust that everything is working towards my dreams, but also that there's magic in the little moments. I think a lot of times I still default to, well, I need to get it done. And if I get it done, the world will spin and everybody will be happy and yada yada. So I'll come up to like a decision point. I'm like, well, I could get this done, or I could choose to like not do something else and that'll be a different experience. And I just find myself pausing and going, oh, wait, there is value in stopping the work or having the experience that will then it's like reminding myself that the connection whether it's to myself and journaling, whether it's to the angels and taking more time to stop and connect and pray, whether it's spending more quality time with my family, whatever that connection point is, giving it time and focus and attention, even if it's just for a few minutes, and reaping that reward instead of, oh no, I need to focus on the task that I somehow have deemed priority.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it's easier because you see the immediate results too, like task,
Oh, that's a
you
good
know,
point. Instant
and
gratification.
and I think that having that reframe of like, okay, I don't have an immediate like this is done, but the feeling and the way that I'm going to enter into the rest of my day, or the clarity and intention which I'm going to be going forward, or like it's great to get all these things checked off and to do all of these things. And then also, like, is that what I want my life to just be? And having that as like this bigger overall thing, I
Yeah,
think
I
is
don't think I'm
hard
smart
to have
enough for
that.
that discussion with myself yet, but I hope to get there. Right now, it's very like in the moment. Who are you?
Yeah, I think that, but I think that it's something that like continuing to check in with is such an important step, like you're saying, like just that pause period of,
Yeah. And I'm excited to see how that like was me now into full charge holiday season around here. How with all those extra commitments and expectations and wishes and excitement, how that filters through my new, okay, it's not just the things we get done, but let's see if I spend a moment here and just enjoy that or see what happens. How that maybe balances that desire to set up a great experience, but still enjoy it.
Yeah. I think too, and I think that you bring up a good point too with this, like the holiday rush and the holiday madness of trying to like get all of the things in and all the things done. And a lot of that is in this overall, I think, thought process of like making these magical moments and these opportunities to have that connection. And how in the bustle and the like push of it all, sometimes even that will get pushed to the back burner. So I like what you had said earlier too when you were talking about like what connection means to you and like looking at and appreciating those like tiny magical moments and being able to move back and say, okay, maybe I don't do all the things because I'm actually allowing what's happening now or like really being in this moment, and that in itself that's what's making it magical, not that I've taken my
That's a
kids to
good point.
XYZ or to this party and this thing and all these different events and activities that we might have.
Yeah, and it's new for me, but I think a side effect is I'm letting myself get more excited.
Yeah.
Like I'm really excited for the holidays. Like I'm just so excited. And I don't have it all figured out, but allowing myself that where that maybe wasn't safe in other parts of my life is so that's why it's like a new feeling for me, but it's really enjoyable. And I think probably because the way you just articulated it.
Yeah, I think that's really great. Um, my November has just been, I feel like, and I was talking with some of my friends and my husband recently too, and this time of year has such like this contradiction in energy for me. Um, there is so much that I really enjoy about this time. And also, like, I feel like, and the people that I've been talking to that are around me too, I think are feeling this as well. We had such a long period this year of like, it felt like it was still summertime. It felt like there was just
Sunshine.
70-degree days and all these things. And then all of a sudden it just like switched and it went from 70 degrees and sunny to like in the teens
Mm.
and it is dark and like so it just felt a little bit and I have to keep reminding myself that we are in like we're getting towards the end of November here. It's supposed to be like this. But I think because we didn't have that gradual transition, that then it just felt like this sudden
Hmm.
shift. And I have struggled. I've struggled for basically my whole life with seasonal affective disorder and just like trying to figure out tools and things that I'm doing. And I did a check-in. I have a like a weekly check-in that we try to do with a couple of my girlfriends that are long distance. And I just said, like, I'm doing all the things. Like I am so happy that I have all these tools available to me. And I still feel like some of these days, like I am struggling for my life, like just for
Mm.
like existing and being able to feel like I am not like sinking into this dark hole of oblivion that I used to do basically every year. And being able to have these practices and like doing this gratitude challenge throughout November and doing my meditations and going and getting outside and doing like all of these things are really helping to stabilize it. And I can still feel that like pull every once in a while. It's just like, oh, like I just want to just go to bed and sleep and it's 7 o'clock at night. Or like all of this for me, November was really emotional. We had a lot of family things that were going on as well. And just like all of these things came up. And at the same time, like there were also all of these really beautiful moments and beautiful opportunities and me being able to connect with myself and be able to meet the needs that I need and just noticing and being able to choose differently, even if it didn't last all day, like starting my day with that intention of choosing differently and being able to come back to that, I think has been really helpful. And I think that, again, like looking backwards, I don't necessarily notice the growth until I do take that step back. So even like just this
Mm.
morning, like looking over the month and being like, it felt a little heavy for me, if I'm being honest. Like November just felt a little heavy. And looking and being like, oh, like actually there were all these things and all of these days were really great. And being able to notice like years ago, I wouldn't have even been able to notice those or have been like cognizant of it and being able to take the steps to be able to change that.
I'm curious if the tools you learned have helped you, like the negative self-talk, like maybe not shaming yourself for feeling like you're
Oh,
having a 40% or a 60% day.
that's really that is an interesting point that you bring up. I think that maybe a little bit. I think that it's helped to allow, and I think that that is one of the things that I've been working on this month is just like noticing. I think that when we get into this space of like wellness and personal development and all of these things, that it can be very much like the manifestation vibes of like you have to be high vibe all the time
Mm.
and having this like lens towards positivity. And I think that I have been in spaces where if I wasn't feeling high vibe all the time, or if I wasn't doing it, that I could get into a shaming mode. And I think that at this point, I don't know if the self-talk has come all the way around yet, but I do think that the self-compassion and the grace and like knowing that
It's part of the walk.
it's part of it. Right, exactly. And like I don't have to be at this high level all the time, but being able to be aware and allowing, and then, like I'm saying, like when it's available, I can choose something else. And when it's not available to me at that moment, like giving myself the compassion to just allow it to be what it is. And maybe I do just go get an extra hour of sleep, or, like whatever it might be that feels like it's going to be filling me up instead of just draining myself because I'm feeling like I should be pushing through and I should be doing better.
Hmm. I think it's really powerful. And I'm sure a lot of people listening will resonate. I definitely resonate. And I think a lot of the lessons I've learned in November, excuse me, are similar, but just like a different facet of the same diamond,
Yeah.
like just presenting a little bit differently. Um, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you had said, like these opportunities to be able to just take and be able to look at and be able to have that perspective taking and that reflection, I think is really important because,
Hmm.
and especially even just having the conversations between us. And I think it also encouraged me, I don't know if you noticed this either, but it does encourage me to like do more check-ins like with other people of just
Great.
how they're feeling and like get a little bit more honest about that. Because I am taking more awareness. But I think having that is like I said, it's just another way for me to be realistic about where I am and to not be telling myself, because I think that sometimes again, like I know that I was like I can just push through and I can just do the positivity and I can put out the face of positivity and I can put out all
Hmm.
this stuff um and think that that's what was going to be turning the
Value.
needle for me. But it really has to go deeper and I have to allow those periods of the ebb and flow to be able to actually like have that regulation within myself and that alignment within myself instead of just pretending like, oh, I'm just going to pretend like everything's great and then that's going to do that attraction to me. It's going to bring all these things when that wasn't actually how I'm feeling.
Hi, Sparkles. I'm jumping in because I have something special to share with you today. You know, I only recommend programs that feel deeply aligned with the intuitive, heartfelt, soul led work we like to explore here on the podcast. And this one is created by someone I trust and really appreciate, my dear friend and astrologer, Anka. Her program, her signature program, Bloom, is now open for enrollment. Bloom is a beautiful guided experience for women who are ready to step into their next chapter with more clarity, confidence, and inner alignment. It's for you if you can feel the shift coming and want support and energetic structure to rise to it. And to celebrate Bloom opening, I'm offering an exclusive gift when you join through my link. It's a $210 home frequency reset gift voucher, which covers a mini reset plus an angel reading, or it can be applied to any of my services. You'll find all the details in the show notes, or you can go to deliciousease.com/bloom, BLOOM. And if Bloom is calling to you, this might be your moment to say yes. Yeah, I was just reminded we've been starting in our family to ask each other 3 questions at the end of the day. So I'm going to ask you
Mm.
and
Yeah.
make it about the month and not the day. But what was one of your favorite things about November?
One of my favorite things. So one of the things that I started doing when the kids were younger, and again, it's like all of the all of these tools that I've been putting in my toolbox. We do a lantern walk
Oh, wow.
with the local homeschool group. Usually is who we wind up doing it with. That we go outside. We do our weekly meetups, but I do a lantern walk, and it's like the halfway point between Halloween and winter solstice because I find that any way that I can break up the
The
season of
darkness.
darkness into bite-sized chunks is better. So that's halfway, and then when we get to solstice, like then it's going to start to get brighter. So breaking it up, so we always do it. It's like the middle of November, and so we do the lantern walk. And I was actually talking to my sister. So we do it, and it's at dark, and we go into one of the local parks that has like the forest area, and bring glow sticks or lanterns or flashlights or whatever we want, and we just go for a little loop and walk around and just like appreciate
Hmm.
that we're bringing in more light into ourselves. And I was talking to my sister was texting me beforehand and she's like, "Okay, like I'm trying to get ready for this. Are you more excited about this or are the kids more excited?" And I was like, "Honestly, beforehand every year none of us are excited about it, like it's just trying to get everything together, like trying to get us out the door. It's dark outside, we got to get all of our like winter stuff on and getting over there." But I said that every time afterwards it just feels so it feels better. Like I know that that has changed whether, the walk itself isn't, I don't know, anything special necessarily, but taking the time and being able to do that and doing it in community with other people, I always feel so much
Hmm.
better. And so we did that, and then we came back, and that night we had the Northern Lights visible
Wow.
from us too. So like afterwards we got all warm and ate and whatever.
The
And then
universe reflected it back to you.
yeah, and I like put the kids to bed and then I went outside. I was like, oh my gosh. And so we all got out and like went back out and we're looking at it. But yeah, it was just like exactly what you're saying, like that, like taking that intention, doing the things, and then like having this moment of like wonder and awe that was just available to
Yeah.
us just outside our door.
Two things come to mind when you say that. One, I'm been using the word integration more in my vocabulary in terms of taking that time to like absorb that breakthrough or absorb what you've learned or absorb what you created and have it be part of you. So I feel like some of that with spreading the light and then taking time to absorb it. And also I started reading somebody recommended a book I started reading this week and I'll have to find the author to send it to you, but it's called Wintering.
Oh yes,
It's a
yes,
verb.
I did
Have you
read
read
that
that?
one.
Okay.
Yes.
And it made me think of you because you're so wonderful at finding ways to describe seasons in our life, but then also relate it to life itself. So that was a new term for me where, well, I just started the book, but learning what wintering means and like you said, valuing, honoring the winter, but at the same time acknowledging it for what it is, kind of a spot.
Yeah, it's so funny you bring that up. I had actually just finished that, I think at the beginning of November, so it was kind of perfect. It helped
Mm,
me to get into that
there
whole
you go.
mindset of like, okay, this is fine. We can have those seasons.
Nice.
What about you? What was your favorite
Oh,
moment
it's
this month?
hard. We had a lot. Experience wise, my son turned 9 and he said, can we not have a party this year? Can we just have a family day? Awesome. Definitely
Yeah.
my kind of day. And it was that. It was awesome. Had so much fun, had new experiences, got to get red. Like he wanted a giant donut instead of a cake, which I've seen in places before, but apparently where we live now, that's not a thing yet. So I had to
Yeah.
call around and talk to people and try to find somebody to make me this thing, which was fun in itself.
Yeah.
So getting ready for it, enjoying it. The day was so full. It was absolutely lovely in all aspects and celebrating someone I love. It was a heartful day. So that was probably my favorite day.
That sounds so great. And like, leave it to kids, right? To like
Oh,
just bring
definitely.
in
Our
all
best
the things that
teachers.
you need. Yeah.
100 million
Amazing.
percent. Yeah, I know that's not a thing, but um, and then the second question is, what do you want to do better in the next month? So in
Mhm.
December.
Yeah, I think that I want to. I think that I want to move into the month um, from a place of more expansion of in terms of myself. Like I feel like I did kind of constrict myself in November in terms of just like really like feeling that internal and like moving inward. And I want to make a more concentrated effort to open myself up more to other opportunities, other ways of being, and bringing in more of like, I was doing really good at all of my internal and like my personal um, activities that I was doing, but like even getting outside for all of my walks, there was a couple days when I didn't get outside and do my walk. And like that is something that is just very much something I know I need to do, but I was just feeling so blah that
Amen.
that I didn't do it. And so like even from a standpoint of like not hibernating, I feel like November was a little bit of a hibernation for me. And so being able to expand outside of that and looking for those opportunities to, like you were talking about, connection and um, really having myself open to that support that's available as well, and
Hmm.
those
That's a
opportunities
very
to
good
be able to
point.
see more of that magic.
Yeah, that's lovely and very brave.
Yeah. How about
Um,
you?
I think for me, it's again another facet. We're connected, but trust, kind of deepening
Mm.
my faith. I think the next level for me of not worrying so much about I'm not getting all the stuff I want done. And on the one hand, I'm very thankful for that. And I'm very excited that there's always more to do. I can always get up and have more to do. On the other hand, it makes me worry that I'm not doing enough to keep up with life and business and everything. So I think just in my now practicing to value the connection and the time spent, also trusting that what gets done is enough and trusting that choosing differently isn't wrong and being, uh, brave. I'm also getting over my people pleasing. So that takes some bravery, especially
Yeah.
this time of year. I think just standing on that trust and reminding myself of that, that would be, I want to do better with that.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder too, as you're saying that, like thinking about that feeling of not feeling like you're doing enough, I think is very relatable. And I think many people are getting into this and having that moment to step back and say, like, if I feel like I'm on this hamster wheel and I'm not getting enough done, at what point am I going to feel like I'm getting enough done? Or is this just the pace
Just like is
that I
happiness a
want to?
choice? Yeah,
Yeah,
instead of a
like this is just the
destination.
pace that I want to be. And if I
Mm,
continue at this,
that
like
hit.
it's not gonna stop. And I'm just gonna keep going like this. And is that what I actually want? So being able to make that intentional choice of like, no, it's okay for me to slow down because honestly, I don't want to feel like I'm constantly behind in my life. And so
Hmm.
the stuff is never going to stop, like you're saying. It's great. It will always
Yes.
be there. And also I get to choose what pace I want to keep this at. And sometimes it might be one that I want to go a little faster for a while, but maybe then I want to slow down sometimes, or like just intentionally choosing that pace rather than letting it dictate itself to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And then the last question is, what's one of your dreams? So what's something you want to do in December or
Hmm.
be or have?
Yeah. Wow. Um, I think that maybe for December, I want to, and I think maybe like when you're speaking about that integration piece before, I think that that is maybe what I would like to be, like to have that feeling of that integration, that all the pieces are kind of fitting back in and slotting back in. Um, so that I feel like I have that full circle of who I want to be and all of the things that are feeling like they're all on the same page. I feel like this is a constant thing that I think I know that I have been in for a while. I know that other people have talked about too, but this like idea of balance or whatever, but I want to have it be where I feel like I am more seamlessly keeping that watch over all the different areas and that they're all the areas of life are kind of being able to have their own space rather than feeling more scattered or like I have to intentionally like shift focus from one to the other.
More in flow.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
How about you?
Um, well, right now, well, December is my birthday month, so I tend to become really reflective and like spend lots of time thinking. I don't want to get lost in that. I
Mm.
want to focus on my joy, and the podcast is really growing right now and I'm really enjoying it. I've got all these new ideas. So it's not I opened up listener support, but it's definitely I guess a passion or a hobby project. It's not a way I make money right now, but I really, really love it. So it hasn't been as much of a focus, and I'm just gonna go with what's going well, and it's really going well. So I really want to lean into that in December and just keep going. Put my energy there, like where your attention. What is that expression where your attention goes, the energy flows and it
Yeah.
grows, or something like that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited about. I almost finished, well, that's probably also on my list, my first draft of my next book. So, and that's about podcasting. So maybe it's all related.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
putting your intention there
That's
and
true. I
then
didn't think
you're
about
getting,
that. It's
yeah.
so close, and I'm so excited to start editing.
I love that. And I love the way that you do have, like, you have this ability to be able to continually see and look for whatever that next opportunity is. And I think that you looking at it and saying, like, yes, I'm going to I have all these ideas. I have all these things that I can do. And I also want to like just focus on what is already working and like building on that, I think
Hmm.
is so helpful. And so it's such a great way for you to be able to be utilizing your energy
Oh, thanks.
and being able to like focus on that, because then I think that you get better results. You are able to
Mm.
increase your momentum and all of these things because you're focusing on what's working. And then all the other stuff just kind of starts to slot into place because you
Amen.
have a
I hope
focus.
so.
Yeah,
That sounds great. Well, is there anything you would like to add, or do you have your card deck?
I
Do you want to do a
do
card
have the
pull?
card. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so this month we have, I'm on the wrong page. There we go. Delight.
Oh,
It's a little sparrow. It's sparrows in the spring grass. The sparrow gains its power from its numbers. In clusters, sparrows eat and forage, and predators are distracted and deterred, even intimidated by their numbers. Security and joy in numbers is a lesson of the sparrow. Within their community, sparrows are always busy, living life fully. Many cultures align the meaning of the sparrow with joy, and in the Middle Ages, the sparrow was thought to relieve suffering, help one triumph over hardships, and bring joy. Delight is expanding your life. Clap your hands with glee. Spend time with others. Go to a community gathering. Host a party. The joy you experience will give birth to immense creativity, and your life will blossom. Share your happiness and elation with others, and it will grow by leaps and bounds. This isn't the time to be serious or buckle down and get to work. This is the time to be spontaneous and madcap. Do not make hard and fast commitments. Don't sign any legal documents or make any pledges right now. Don't make any promises, or you might not be able to keep them. Give yourself permission to have fun, lots of fun, especially in community with others.
my goodness, I have goosebumps again. It's just uncanny how on it is. And I think that just encapsulated everything we both talked about, from connection to finding the light and the joy to giving up the pressure of structure and commitments to inviting spontaneity and delight.
Yeah.
It's
So we're right
amazing.
on track. And I think all the people that are listening to, like you are right on track. Keep
Yes,
going.
amen. You are right on track. You're in the right place. You're on the right path.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, happy December. I wish you all the light. Thank you for joining me on Intuitive Wisdom. If this episode brought you clarity or inspiration, please take a moment to leave a 5-star review. It truly helps others find this space. And if someone you love you could use a shift in energy, share this episode with them. You never know what might resonate. For more, explore my frequency reset service, tune into more episodes, or begin the journey through my book, all at deliciousease.com. That's DELICIOUSEASE.com. All right, until next time, trust your energy, honor your space, and keep coming home to yourself.